Welcome back. We're taking a look at a Glock trigger here from OverWatch Precision. I like to thank OverWatch Precision for sending this out to the channel for us to try out. This is their POLY-DAT trigger for their Glock 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, and 357 SIG. Now, what this trigger is supposed to do, this is their budget-minded trigger, so the price is down on it, and how they do that is the trigger shoe is made out of polymer instead of aluminum. And the cool thing about it is it's made in the USA and it's got a lifetime warranty. Let's go ahead and take it out of the package and take a look at it. Now that we got it out, the first thing I want to talk about is this trigger shoe here. How they cut costs on this is a polymer trigger shoe, but it is made and it has the feel of the aluminum ones. But the polymer keeps the cost down, so that's why they went with it. This is a flat face trigger, and you still got the dingus here for the safety. So all your safeties and everything are going to work just like your normal stock Glock would. You just put your finger on there and then pull the trigger back, and that's your trigger safety on it. Now I want to talk about the OEM trigger bar. This is a highly polished trigger bar, and this is an OE trigger bar. And the one thing I like about this trigger bar is, and I'll show you this when I get the other one out, this is like a Gen 3 and it don't have that bump up here. When I get the old trigger bar assembly out, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about on that. When they went to the Gen 4s, they put a little bump on there, and that bump made the trigger pull a little bit heavier, and without it, it is a lot cleaner and crisper. Now I just want to go over some quick benefits of this trigger. What this does is it provides increased leverage to the shooter. It does not reduce the pull weight, but the way it's designed, it basically increases the leverage and make it feel like it didn't change the trigger weight. I'll put my trigger gauge on this and we'll check that. Well, we got to remember this is going to go in my Glock 17, and I do have a 3.5 pound ghost connector in there, and it does do 3.5 pounds because we measured it before on video. So we're just going to test that to make sure that it don't increase the pull rate. It has a reduction in pre-travel by 20%. This results in a clean, crisp break, reduced over travel, and better trigger control. Now the great thing about this is all the safeties will still work as I mentioned. This works for Glock Gen 1 through Gen 4, and the other great thing about this is it's got a lifetime warranty and it's made in America. The only Glocks this doesn't work on is a Gen 5 or a Glock 19X. It won't work on those with Gen 5 style triggers. Okay, we're going to get ready to install this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the trigger out. I'm going to compare the OEM one to this one, and then we're going to install this one, and then we're going to check the trigger pull on it and see how it feels. Now, unfortunately, YouTube frowns upon trigger installs. They might consider it a build. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm not going to be able to show it to you. So I'll leave a link down below to Gunstreamer, and you can check it out over there. So let's go ahead and get started. Now that we got the OE one out, let's go ahead and compare them. First thing I want to show you is you can see how dull this one is. And then when I grab the OverWatch, you can see how much shinier it is because it's really polished. Now the one thing I was talking about, I'll flip them around here. When I was talking about the nub on the OE Gen 4s is right here. They got this nub. As you can see here, this is a Gen 3 style that don't have that. That makes a big improvement in the way the trigger feels on Glocks. The other difference I want to show you is, if I can get them straight here, is you can see how the OverWatch one on this side has got a flat face trigger and the Glock one is kind of rounded. Basically the safeties work the same on both of them. So that's the reason why all your safeties will still work, because that's the only safety on the trigger. The rest of them's inside the gun. But there is a good look between the two. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and install it. We're going to go ahead and put our slide back on. And once we do that, we can do a function check. Okay, trigger's out. Put that. Oh yeah, that feels a lot better. It's hard for me to do this right-handed because I'm left-handed. But we'll go ahead looks like I can get the best angle there. Go ahead and pull that back to the wall. It snaps. Check the reset. Resets right there. Nice crisp snap. That does feel good. I'm going to do a little bit more with my left hand since I'm left-handed. Oh yeah, that flat trigger feels a lot better on the pad of my finger. Okay, now we're going to check the pull weight on it. Now, like I said before, when I did this the last time, it was breaking, I think, closer to 3 pounds after I did that ghost connector. Right there, we got 3 pounds, 1.3 ounces. There we got 3 pounds, 6.3. And third time, try to get this on there right. That one broke a little light I got towards the end, but that was 2 pounds, 14 ounces. Pretty much a little bit above 3 pounds is what I was getting with the other ghost connector. So after doing the install and just messing with it here on the table, it feels like a pretty good trigger. I like the way that flat face feels on my finger. I can't wait to get this out and shoot it. Well, that's all I got for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.